So this podcast, what I want it to be is, I don't know.
Current events podcast.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know about current events. Well, maybe. I mean, most podcasts are kind of current events, right? Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah, because it's the easiest thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And how you get the most people to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if I talk about like Zelensky
Yeah.
or like Musk or something.
Then people are like, oh, sweet, this guy has a take on it.
But if you talk about like ancient, profound knowledge, like the fact that Jesus is our Lord and Savior, everyone tunes out.
Yeah. Yeah, if you talk about
Interesting.
actual interesting things.
Yeah, like Jesus being our Lord, also our Savior.
Such as if you sin, when God comes back, he won't take you with you.
Yeah.
With him. That's not interesting, though, because
Yeah.
why would you want to live in eternal peace after your death? No, yeah, Elon Musk is a car guy. Yeah, that's way more interesting. That's more interesting than, But anyway, this is what the pod is. Whatever it is what it is. Jamie's on this one. We live together.
We're roommates.
We're roommates, so you'll probably be on a few, Probably every week, we'll probably just do this.
Probably. I mean,
if I'm being completely honest, you're very close.
Yeah.
Because my room is right there.
It's also my room's right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty impossible to turn down the offer for the pod now.
I just be like, no, I'm busy.
What are you doing?
I gotta go.
Drying off from the shower. So.
Yeah. I can just wait till you're done drying off.
I was literally in the bathroom showering. You knocked on the door and you said, Jamie. And I was like, what? And you're like, you want to do the podcast? And I'm like, well, he can't. I'm not busy because I'm showering.
Yeah.
There's no way to be like, well, not right now, but after.
Yeah, what are you doing in there? It's like pretty obvious you're either pooping or showering.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be like, I'm doing taxes. It's tax season. Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Uncle Sam, huh?
Keep poking your head out to see if I'm gone. Close it.
You're just setting up.
I'm still standing right in front of the door, just waiting for you.
How long have you been there? Jesus.
Well, I don't believe you're doing taxes. I think you're lying.
You said you're available before your shows.
I want a pod to blow up.
I was wondering what you want. Yeah, so you said maybe current events, but what do you want it to be? Like, just
whatever I'm feeling, whatever anyone else is feeling, I don't know.
Are you feeling something specific this week?
No. You know what I'm feeling this week? My feeling this week was I said I was going to do a pod. Let's set up a camera and microphones and just do it. Nice. But I didn't put any thought into what it would be. I just put thought into making it happen, which is how I think Hollywood operates now.
That's how you get...
Yeah, I'm basically just remaking an old movie, which is Can I Go Home Now? Except different and less fun.
That is how Hollywood greenlights movies now. Is they say yes before they know what the movie is going to be.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel, yes.
Steven Spielberg, absolutely.
We're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino is thinking of, I'm already paying for it.
Yeah.
The money came out of my bank account when you said that.
Right when you said that, I was all in. He's a rapist. That's fine.
Money's already gone.
I've never cared about that.
Have you heard about me?
Yeah. Wow. No one's really heard about me because I'm not in front of the camera or directing it, but wow.
Yeah. Those are the people that I think probably do it more because there's really no reason. Like, even if you were to like tweet like at producer sexually harassed me, no one would. It's a producer.
Yeah,
that's why the Weinstein thing is crazy. That's how you know it was bad. Is he just produced? No one knew who he was.
I know. Yeah, dude.
It wasn't like Michael Jackson, like before he was this crazy talented guy.
Yeah,
it was just like all I know about this guy is he's accused of sexual assault by like 40 people.
That was like I found that out, and then I was like, oh, he did Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I loved that movie, but now I have mixed feelings.
Yeah. But then you see them and you're like, okay, yeah, you're not going to be in front of the camera, like the guys that are accused.
Yeah.
It's because they got some power, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe not anymore because Hollywood is kind of dying.
Hollywood's Yeah, that is true. It's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say it's all better, but I was gonna interrupt and say no,
Hollywood's
it's not. But you just said Hollywood's dying, and I went, well, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I really think that it's harder to do any of that now. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I've never even talked to any. I've only read stories about everything.
Yeah.
I've never talked to anyone who's experienced any of the story. Most stories in my life that I've read about, I don't know either party.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, this is in front of me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's interesting. I don't think about that much where I'm like, they wrote this down, but I don't know who it happened to or the person they're saying they did it to.
Yeah.
So
I'm just like, all right, well, I won't support the person I've never supported. I guess you kind of blind support when you watch the movie, I guess.
Sort of, yeah. I think, but you're not supporting them. I mean, I guess financially. I guess literally you are.
Yeah.
You're definitely giving money directly to the producer when you do that.
Yeah.
But not anymore. I mean, isn't he dead or is he...
Harvey Weinstein?
No, he's not dead. He's just in jail.
No, I think he just has like a walker now. But I think that's just because he looks older and then people go, "Aw."
Yeah, I do like the idea that anyone would care if he is a walker.
Yeah.
Like the judge is going to be like,
They're like,
you know what? You're free.
Convicted of 18 rapes, but my back hurts. Look. Oh, no. Your back hurts. But I think he's actually free now.
What?
Yeah.
Weinstein?
I think so. Let me look it up.
I don't know.
Jamie, can you... I don't have a Jamie yet.
I'm Jamie, and I'm on the pod with you.
Jamie, can you pull that up? Just pull it up right next to me. Harvey.
Yeah, can I have your phone?
Yeah, let me see. I think he might be out. Going to be released. Remains in prison because of the California conviction after the 2024 New York Court of Appeals decision. Weinstein was transferred back to New York's Rikers Island.
Nice.
Wow, he's in Rikers Island?
Holy crap.
That's kind of badass.
No wonder he's using a walker now.
Yeah.
Good God.
Oh, my God.
What is happening to him in there,
Rikers?
Man? I'll tell you what. Going into Rikers should itself be considered cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
The things I've heard about that place is crazy.
I'll tell you what, I don't think there are many Shark Boy and Lava Girl fans in there.
Not many of those guys are going, Goodwill Hunting, I'll protect you.
Oh my God. You're the guy?
That changed my life. That is why I was a mathematician before getting convicted of 3 counts of aggravated assault.
Yeah. I didn't recognize you because I don't know many producers, but it's funny now I know the other side of the movie process. It's you.
Anyway, over here.
Bend over. Yeah,
exactly.
Anyway, spread them. So, yeah, I guess this is kind of what the pod will be for the future.
Yeah.
It's going to be, now we can probably go into like
Weinstein riffs and
Weinstein riffs.
Well, one thing I thought was funny was that I got back from the road yesterday, and I was like, man, I'm so grateful to be home. We have a new apartment that's like way nicer and like way brighter, and I was like so happy to be home. And I put my stuff in my room, and I came out to the living room, and you were just sitting there going, dude, the ceiling's leaking.
Yeah, right when you walked in, the ceiling just started dripping.
I look up, it's like a constant drip from the ceiling.
But then you went into your room.
Yes.
Came back out, and right when you went back in, it started going fast. Like the stream got worse.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, and I was going, man, this is classic.
I know, dude.
Just welcome home. Everything's wet.
Yeah, dude. It was, but it does be
from above. That's how it's
raining inside the apartment. Isn't this awesome?
Yeah, it does. That's the thing. The trade-off is like it's brighter here, but but now it's wet.
Yeah, it is brighter. I mean, if people listen to this podcast and they listen to Can I Go Home Now when we were on the blue couch, that was our other apartment.
Yeah.
And that place was dreadful.
That was a sad location.
That place was just, there's no windows in the living room.
Mm-hmm. Windowless living room.
There were mice.
There was, yeah.
But now we've kind of moved up.
There's a lot of centipedes in my room that I never told anyone about because they didn't seem to go out of my room. I killed like dozens. centipedes.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't want to
Why
tell
did you
guys.
just didn't want to gross us out?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't really think. I thought it was like you'll find out eventually. Like if one
Right.
was in the living room and you're like, yo, there's a centipede, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've killed like 30. But if they're not in your room, I'm like, well then I'll just
Yeah, I never saw
keep
a single
killing them.
one.
Oh wow, yeah, it was a running. There was a one woman I was dating at one point where she was coming over, and man, I didn't see any centipedes before she came over, and then as soon as she came over, like every time she came over, there'd be like 4.
Yeah. Well, that's like whenever you have something that's like important coming up or something, you really start to notice
Right.
the things around you.
Yeah.
Like if you know someone's going to be in there, then you actually look at what you have and you're like, oh, God. Oh,
so
my
true.
God. I've been living like this. I didn't even notice. Why would I do that?
Just wet socks
Yeah, wet
all over
socks,
the floor. Ew.
and you're just like, oh, my God. I've really been doing this.
Nothing on any of the walls.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I only notice when someone walks in. Like when someone's out of it, it's like a clean room, and then they step in, and immediately it's just a filthy, disgusting.
An unmade bed.
Yeah. And I'm like, did you do that when you walked in? No? I just have a different lens now?
Oh.
Interesting.
Wait, walk out again. Oh no, it is clean. Wait. Oh wait, no, it's not. They walk back in.
Wait, hold on. Don't walk in, but say you're going to walk in. Oh, that did it too. It's messy just knowing that someone's going to come in.
That's really true.
Yeah.
The perception of it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you're here because you've been gone for a long time. And
Yeah, I was in Edmonton, the mall.
yeah, Jamie was gone for like 2 months.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did like a whole eat, pray, love vacation
Yeah. How was
as a straight white man, and I think I think the reason that movie was the way it was because she was a white woman, and people want to talk to them. But I'll tell you what, I didn't talk to one stranger the whole trip.
really?
Yeah, people don't. I don't even think it's a white guy thing. I think it's a guy thing in general.
Mhm.
If you don't specifically go out of your way to talk to people, you can say no words the whole day.
Yeah.
You can, even if you're in like a restaurant, you can grunt at the menu, and they will bring you that food,
Yeah. If you just
whatever you pointed at.
Yeah.
She'll go, oh, wait, did you say the cacio e pepe? You go, she'll go, all right.
She goes, yeah. I don't care that you did that. They're just like, okay.
Oh.
You were also on a lot of hikes, so that's like you're not gonna be talking to people. If you try to talk to someone on a hike
Yeah.
and they're also alone, it's a little fucked up.
Yeah, I'm like, they keep running away when you
Yeah.
go up to them in the woods and you say,
Hi.
hey, I'm a man, no one talks to me. Do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Shaking, my hand shaking. 'Cause
There's
I'm
no one
nervous.
else here. It's just you and me. How are you doing?
I hope you're good.
I do hope you're really good.
It's a very threatening thing to say when you're alone with someone.
I hope you're good.
A stranger, at least.
Yeah.
Not someone you know. But if I just go up to a stranger and it's just me and them and I say, I hope you're good. Even if I smile, I hope you're good. It's almost creepier
Yeah, and then you're like,
to wish them well alone.
I know, dude. Hikes, I've never really been on a hike, but
What do you mean?
But
How's that possible?
I mean, like I've walked around.
Really? You've never been on a hike?
Well, is a hike like walking outside just any time, or is it there's got to be hills?
I mean, no, it doesn't have to be a hill. It doesn't have to be hills. Yeah, it's like a walk in the woods.
Well, can I just be like walking to
Hike.
Walgreens?
No.
How is that? Well, I guess I just
Well,
don't know.
A hike is a walk in nature for enjoyment,
Right.
is how I would define a hike.
Not to get something done.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Right. So you've never been on one?
Well, no, I've like walked. What if you're also playing baseball while you're walking for enjoyment? Is that also a hike? Or do you have to just be walking?
What do you mean if you're also playing baseball?
Well, when I play baseball, I walk and I'm enjoying it and I'm outside.
Yeah, but that's not nature. It's I would argue it's a baseball field.
That's not nature.
Huh. I mean, I guess. What's the difference between that and nature now?
Well, isn't everything nature? Because it's just
I guess.
like what it is.
Well,
We're technically hiking right now. This podcast is technically a hike.
Podcast is
I think we kind of broke it down to its smallest form.
because we're enjoying it.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're outside. We can see outside.
We can see out. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we're in nature. That's the thing.
Right.
You feel this is nature?
No.
I mean, I guess it is wet, like a
Yeah.
rainforest.
Yeah, it is raining right over there.
I mean, yeah. We're constantly getting dripped on, similar to prehistoric humans who lived in caves and under trees.
From water that would stick to the ceiling from outside and go all the way down.
Right. From moisture.
What's that called? When water is like, when you like pour it and then it goes down the cup. What's that called? Is there a word for that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Just when you like pour it and then it goes to the bottom.
Yeah, when you try and it's like the lip is wrong, so it just sticks to the lip and then drops off from the lowest point of the cup, which is like the bottom of the cup.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
Is there a word for it, you think?
Yeah, probably. If not, we should invent one.
Sticky water. Stick. Water stick. Stupid. Spilly willy. The stick water spill. When it just runs down the side of the cup. Or that's the name of it.
Wait, that's what it is.
Side of cup water.
Sticky cup side water.
Yeah.
Ness.
Just like trying to talk to scientists.
Pitching them new words.
Yeah. Y'all got a word for that? I don't know. I just work in environmental science.
What about the word for when I breathe on something and it like fogs up a little, like breath? Do you have a word for breath fogging?
Isn't that
on window? You could even use that.
Breath fog on window? Sometimes not breath. Got a word for that? Give me a word for that.
Oh man, it's got to be broader. Fog on window even?
Do you ever do that when you're like with someone who like I did that with Lucas because he was smarter than me, and whenever I would talk to him, I would have him explain what a word means. Do you ever do that, or do you?
Yeah, I usually my go-to, if I'm being totally honest, is I pretend that I know the word.
Right.
And then,
if someone says
and
something.
I often I don't know. I realized that I was totally wrong.
Are you embarrassed?
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. I don't know why, but I'm like, mm-hmm.
You're just
and
down.
they're like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, yeah. I pretend to know what anything that anyone I'm talking to is saying.
Really?
Always. They're like, have you seen this show? I don't even watch television. Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I love it.
Interesting.
And then I'll say what I've heard someone else say about it usually.
See, I'm the complete opposite. When someone says something and I don't know what they're saying, I just go, and what is that? Because I don't know what it is.
Oh, wow. I go, and that is what? Period.
And that is what it is.
I say the opposite. I go, and that is.
They're like, yeah, glycogen gets in the bones. And you're like, and that exactly is what happens.
And they're still like, what?
You're like, do you know what glycogen is? Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's in your bones, right?
Yeah.
Acting like I already knew that, but I'm
bones.
guessing. Well, it's in the bones, right? Yeah. And it provides like something for the bones.
Calcium? No, that's a different thing.
Yes.
Right.
Right. I was thinking of what provides calcium? That's what I was thinking of. I do that a lot.
Were you just like
lie?
Do you feel embarrassed if you feel stupid in front of someone?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah. Do you not?
It depends how stupid the thing is.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a brain fart and you're like, where's the scissors? And they're in your hand and someone points it out, then I'm like, oh, I feel stupid, But if it's like, where is Machu Picchu or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, you don't know? I'm like, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me at all. No one can hurt me. You can't hurt me with your words thinking I'm dumb,
Yeah. That's a good way to be.
I think it's the only
way. Let
it
roll off you like water. You're like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That was what Bruce Lee did.
Like Bruce Lee.
This is water.
Yeah.
Put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put water into a bowl, it becomes the bowl. Yeah, I guess I kind of do that socially.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Someone I'm talking to is racist,
You just go.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, you just go. All right.
Oh. Like, when you're in the South. Uber drivers are crazy in the South. I mean, they'll just go off.
Also, if someone is racist and they think you're racist and you're not racist, are you really going to, go all out and be like, try to fight them? Or are you just going to be like, he's driving an Uber?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think they're like, no, I would just disagree. Mm-hmm. And then you get in that, because that's what I thought. And then you get in that situation, you're like, it's easier to just let him drive me to where I'm going. Yeah. And not say anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's easier to let him go on like a rant about whatever he's talking about and then get to CVS.
Yeah.
At the end.
It's way easier.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Than to in the middle of a 20-minute Uber ride go, that's actually pretty fucked up what you just said. Like, you understand how, right? Because like they're systemically oppressed. Like looking at his eyes in the rear view as you say this.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm driving an Uber right now.
Him, like, what did you think I thought, man? Yeah. Did you think I had progressive ideas?
I guess not. Right. So anyway, like I was saying. Dude, I don't really talk to Uber drivers that much. I just don't I mean, sometimes I will,
When will you?
When the guy is nice to me right when I get in.
Okay.
Right when I get in, if he's like, "Hey, for John," I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "How's your day?" Then I'll be like, "All right, I'll go in." I'll say hi. If he asks another question, then I'll ask a question. Let's help each other out. He wants to have a conversation. I don't really want to, but he's a nice guy. But a lot of people just don't want to talk. The worst is when people just like, I didn't even know this was allowed. You can just talk on the phone as an Uber driver. I didn't know that was like allowed.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not allowed.
What do you mean allowed? Like by Uber?
Yeah, like, do they have any guidelines? Like, do they run through the tape of what was going on in the car and be like, well, you can't do that? Yeah.
No. Oh my God, no. I used
Only
to work for Uber, right? In the office.
What?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats?
Yeah, I worked on like the corporate side of Uber Eats, but yeah, they have really bad compliance and safety and compliance guidelines.
Interesting.
Like very few.
Right.
I think it's like you can't be a driver who like sexually harasses your client, like the people in the car, but other than that, it's tough.
But you don't have to like go through footage of just like a random bag check.
Nope.
Like random.
Nope.
Wow.
Not a thing. Not a thing at all.
Interesting.
Sometimes the Uber driver will have a camera, right? Have you seen that? That like takes video of them and you and the whole ride.
Yeah, I thought that was like a part of the car.
That's
like,
for the Uber driver. That's in case they get like attacked or something.
Oh, I thought that was like if you drive for Uber, you have to have a camera because you're technically at work.
No, because you're technically at work.
Well, I mean, I thought it was like a security camera.
I'm just laughing because I'm like, that should be the rule, but it's not at all the rule. The rule is just get them there. That's like pretty much the safety and compliance.
Interesting.
It's like you don't even really have to get them there too safely.
So what if you didn't have a camera set up, but you like punched yourself in the nose and said you were assaulted? Well, I guess that just kind of goes back to false. Then you go to court.
If I did that?
And there's not enough evidence.
Yeah, there'd have to be evidence. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could do that. And I bet people do that. I'm sure people do that.
Yeah.
One time, someone, a friend of mine, like in college, like didn't throw up in the car, but the Uber driver said they threw up in the car, and then they had to pay the fee, and they never got the fee back. Because they told Uber, they were like, well, I didn't throw up in the car. And Uber was like, well, he provided evidence. Apparently someone else had thrown up in the car, but he was like, this person seems richer. Oh. And so he just like charged their card. He said they threw up in it instead. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And then they got charged like the two whatever cleaning fee that was.
What if he just made himself throw up? Like, people don't. Why are people barfing in your car every other ride? His face is all pale. It's New York City. People are always getting after it and drinking.
That's such a good question. Like a would you make yourself throw up every day for $200 a day? If you
it's like donating plasma.
Yeah. If you can make $1,400 a week, would you make yourself throw up every day of your life?
$1,400 a week?
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
And I don't think that's taxed.
I don't know. I really hate throwing up, though.
Yeah.
Throwing up, but maybe you'd get used to it. I used to hate getting my blood drawn, and then I went on Accutane, so I had to get it drawn every month, and then I just got used to it, and then I didn't care. Maybe it's just like, you know, you're like reading while you're making yourself throw up at that point.
Yeah.
You're just so used to it. You're just like texting something, you know, barfing. That wouldn't be. Yeah, I would do that for sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet we could do this.
The state of America. Because of all these tariffs. Yeah, I would totally make myself throw up for $1,400 a month. Yeah, I need that. Yeah. I would shit my pants.
Yeah, would you shit your pants? I feel like I'd be more likely to agree to well, it's kind of tough, you know, because you have to do some actual rides for Uber.
Right.
In order for them to like allow you to constantly, like, you can't do one ride a day and every time.
And then be like, he brought a bomb and then exploded my car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every day. You can't do that. You need to do like probably 10, 15 rides a day.
Right.
For them to believe that you are an Uber driver.
Mm-hmm. So, and then you'd be able to barf probably like for the nighttime rides or like the weekend rides, you know?
You'd be able to.
This really isn't a bad idea.
It's not too bad of a business plan.
Yeah.
This is, you know how there's always like a YouTube ad that's like, here's how you get rich. This is a good version of that.
Yeah, like a quick Gary V type way.
Yeah.
You just gotta barf in your own Uber, man. He's like, quit sitting on the fucking couch. Go shit your pants in an Uber and charge the fucking rider. What are you doing? Go to a garage sale and shoot the person in the head. Shit your fucking pants, man.
Goggins. Is that how he sounds?
David Goggins. He's like, you really gotta be the best you wanna be.
Gotta be the best you wanna be.
Bitch.
You can't be a bitch. Make yourself throw up every 10 to 15 rides.
When I was training to be a Navy SEAL, I would shit and fart and piss my pants.
I shit and piss myself every day.
They held your head underwater until you shit your pants.
And then they made you clean it up yourself.
And then 50 pull-ups.
So yeah, I'd do it for money.
Yeah. I wish I was doing pull-ups in pull-ups. It was just my underwear.
One time I did. One time when in Navy SEAL training, they made us shit for 4 hours straight.
He's like, okay, yeah.
You don't know what your body's capable of. You could shit for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, the guy he's doing a podcast with. Oh, yeah. I bet that helped with the war. Yeah.
That guy next week. I spoke to Goggins last week. Wow.
I've been on a shit diet. He told me.
I don't eat differently, except I just shit way more. I don't understand. I'm losing weight quickly.
It would be fun to see if like David Goggins or one of these other like buff guys, like said that as like a joke to see how many people would actually like shit their pants or like become anorexic.
Because it's
like,
not zero people.
Not zero people.
No.
Not even less than 100 people.
You think it's greater than 100?
Yeah.
Wow.
And people would be like, they'd be like, yeah, dude, you just don't get it. Yeah. They'd be like, you're just a fucking beta.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a disciplined mind. Like, you don't understand.
You just don't get that if you want to get to the next level, you have to, you have to be broken to build back up.
You have to build the brain that you want and the body that you want. And one of the ways that you teach yourself how to do that is by shitting your pants on purpose once a day.
Yeah. And then he's like, David Goggins said it. Oh, wait, no, didn't he already refute that and say he was doing a joke? No. No, he doesn't joke. He's a Navy SEAL. It would be fun to see just like all these big guys just lie. I mean, a lot of them do lie, but like,
yeah,
because it's like, you're not going to tell the truth and be like a billionaire.
Well, Gary V he's rich. He was like raised rich.
Yeah, I don't know how rich he was raised. I just know that he's very confident in what he's saying.
I know that. Well, honestly, the more that I like live life, the more I realize I'm like, most of the people that are really confident in what they're saying are just rich people.
Yeah.
And you can kind of discard it just like anyone else, what anyone else is saying, because the reason they're confident is just they have a lot of money. But it doesn't make them more right. And also, when a rich person's like, here's how you build a business, you have to remember that business itself is like a luck-based thing. Like thousands of people start restaurants in New York City, but only like 100 of those people like become rich from the restaurant they created.
Right.
And it's just a happenstance. It's like total coincidence.
Right.
Especially like what happened with like Facebook. It was just luck. Like it just happened to be the one that people used, and then they got really rich. But it's not like Mark Zuckerberg is like a good business person. He just had one idea that was like a good idea.
Yeah, now he's just like doing kung fu.
Yeah, and you can tell by the fact that they never create another idea that's good. What business person has created like even two good ideas? Like even Steve Jobs, it's like the iPhone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
iPod, iPhone, he did too.
Yeah.
But like if you think about Musk, it's like the car.
Yeah, you really only need one good idea to be rich from nothing.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're rich, you don't really need any good ideas. Like you can just
That's true.
kind of buy people with good ideas.
Yeah.
You know, and then be like,
Totally.
like, oh yeah, I'm co-founder of Ring Doorbell Cam because a guy invented the Ring Doorbell Cam and I gave him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like Shaquille O'Neal invested in Ring Doorbell. I'm not like, wow, what a genius.
Yeah.
He was Shaq for 20 years in the NBA, and then he had this money. So he gave it to a guy who invented a camera to your door. And then and then it's like, yeah, if someone pitched, like everyone on Shark Tank is stupid.
Yeah.
Not stupid, but like I'm not going to act like they're geniuses compared to, I just have nothing to invest it in.
Yeah.
And I haven't really thought about it. But I bet if I thought about it, I could come up with one good idea.
Okay, go.
I just stop the pod immediately and just
the idea you come up with is the pod.
Yeah. This is really? My $1 million idea.
Exactly.
Is talking about how $1 million ideas don't come around often.
I think it's just important to remember, like, if someone's like really rich, I mean, if they're born rich, it's totally obvious that it's not they're doing. But if someone like gets really rich, usually they started with way more money than most people have, right?
Yeah.
Just because the way investing works, if you invest $10 in Facebook at the very beginning, you still don't make too much money.
Yes. Yeah.
You just need a lot of money to begin with to make a lot of money.
Exactly.
But then also, like the rich people. Wait, what was I forget what I was saying.
You're saying you need more money to be richer. Like not a lot of it, but
yeah, you kind of have to. I don't know. I think it's just important to remember that they're not like better at investing than other people. They just have more money to invest with.
Yeah.
Like I could invest $10,000 in Facebook right now, right? Or some company. But I'd have to liquidate all my assets. Yeah. I'd have to be broke to invest $10,000. Whereas if you have $100,000, you could invest that in 9 companies. It's like a totally different thing. And then they are right, and they're like, yeah, I was an early investor. Here's how you invest. And I'm like, the real answer for how you invest is you be rich at the beginning.
Yeah.
Here's how I invested is I had a lot of money first, and then I invested in 100 things, and one of them worked.
But also, even if someone with like $100,000 was like, here's how you make $100,000, and they were talking about investing $10, I'd be like, well, that's good. I wouldn't mind that.
How to invest $10?
$100,000, you know?
Yeah.
I just did my taxes. No, there's not 100,000 in there.
Yeah.
There wasn't even 50.
Oh.
Well, there may have been 50.
Okay,
I don't know how
borderline 50, around 50.
Yeah, but I did my tax write-offs.
Yeah.
And I think that was like 15,000.
Yeah, you can write off some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're a comic.
You said clothing.
You can write off clothing.
Yeah.
For wardrobe, if you wear it on stage, it's wardrobe.
Can you write?
You can't go naked.
Yeah, I mean, for like literally.
In front of the IRS.
Yeah.
You know what I always do when I do a write-off is I always think about how I justify it to an IRS agent in court.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I had to get razor blades at CVS when I was on the road because I needed to look clean shaven on. And then always for some reason they're like a reasonable agent. They're like, okay, well, that's well argued.
And every interaction I have with the IRS in my head,
Yeah.
they're always like, I didn't even think about that. Dude, this is the first time anyone has ever brought this up in such a genius way.
Wow, I get.
Yeah. Wow, dude. You're awesome. Dude.
Dude, you could get like, we're going to give you a refund, man.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, all the money you've spent, you should get back because you made us rethink our whole institution. Dude.
Wow.
But in reality,
I'm going to put not taxing you for a couple of years in the system.
Yeah. But in reality, it's like, if you did get audited, you'd be like, yeah, I got razors. And they're like, can I see the razors? And you're like,
yeah, exactly.
No, I don't have them anymore. Well, then you didn't get razors.
yeah. But I have proof I bought them. But that doesn't mean you got
But it's your
them.
word against mine. They're like, yeah, but we're connected to the president. And he has the army.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
But you'd send the army after me? The police.
Some of it.
Some of it. A bit.
A bit of it.
A branch.
You
Couple
know.
people from one branch.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so I got to pay that?
Dude, we were kind of talking about it yesterday, but I do think it's hilarious that like judges are like deciding or like saying Trump's guilty of stuff, and then he's just kind of saying no.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I guess no then. Like we don't, all I have is the gavel, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and you have like the whole army. So I guess it doesn't matter what I think.
Yeah, the judge is like, and the new ruling is I get the Secret Service. And Trump's like, no. And they go, shit.
Yeah. Order in the court. I get some of the army. No, I don't want that. Well, you are the president.
Okay, new order, please.
Still no. Can you give me resources so I can arrest you?
Make it easier.
What's your deal?
Make it
Come
easier.
on. You're a bad guy.
They were like, you got to give this, Doge has to give this money back to this department they took it from. And then the Trump administration was like, totally. In court, they were like, yeah, of course, a judge ruled. And then the Doge just didn't give it back.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
It is hilarious. They're like, no, we haven't done anything illegal. The judge is like, no, you have. And then Elon's like, what even is a judge? What even is a judge? And it's like, well, no, it's not like a philosophical thing. It's he's the judge and he said you were doing something.
It's not like this isn't like sort of a Grecian, like Socrates, like diatribe. What is it? What are they called? Dialectics?
Yeah.
This isn't a dialectic. We're just actually telling you.
He's giving you proof of why he's deciding what he's deciding on.
Well, it's like the left wants to like cancel comedy, all right? It's like
you can't even post memes anymore.
You can't even post like it's like bring back comedy.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, bring back comedy.
This is dope.
Yeah, dude, this guy fucking rules.
I just think, honestly, for me, it's like his voice. Because I don't really think about any of them, because I think baseline, anyone who's like that rich or powerful, whatever they're saying it to get something for themselves always, right or left, like either side, politician or rich person. They're just, if they're saying something publicly, it's because they want to gain something from it themselves, right or left. So I always think about it as just like, what characters do I like? And I just don't like Elon's character because he kind of strikes me as like a weak loser.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to be like a pedophile, also be kind of cool, you know? Is that too much to ask? Just if you are going to be a pedophile rapist, at least like be like, yo, yo, yo. And then I'm like, okay, I'm forgetting about all that stuff.
Yeah, like if Eminem was a pedophile rapist, you'd be like, okay, Em.
You'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, some rap songs are literally like, I kill people, and you're like, yeah, but you know, you know, whatever.
Yeah, Eminem had a song about, I think, like beating or raping like some famous singer at the time, Alanis Morissette, I think, or someone at the time
Yeah.
in the 90s who was famous. He had like a song about beating her up and like raping her, I think. And so I guess my point is just.
Well, he also had that song "Guilty Conscience."
Yeah,
which is, and one of them is about fucking like a 15-year-old girl.
Really?
And then it's like, my guilty conscience is telling me no, and then the angel on the shoulder is like Dr. Dre, and they're battling each other. He's like, no, you can't do this. She's only 15 years old. And he's like, nah, we're gonna do it. And then it's like, all right, hey, yo, this is good. I'm like, dude.
At least the beat rocks.
Dude, they're going to do it. Yo. Really makes you think. Yo, he's a lyrical genius, dude.
At least he's like well-spoken and confident. That's kind of the thing about Elon, I guess, is like he tweets confident. He tweets like Andrew Tate, and then like when he speaks, I'm like, I always want to like look away.
Yeah.
Whenever he talks, I feel my eyes like moving away because it's so hard to see.
He talks like there's gonna be spit bubbling like on the side of his lips.
Yeah, like white like things.
Like he's just gonna be like.
It's like the left wants to ban comedy.
Now it might be autism, and then it's like, okay, you can't really make fun of a disability, but you can if they're like the richest person in the world. You know?
You can make fun of anyone. Well, we can make fun of anyone at any time.
That's true. And I'm not saying if you're autistic and you speak like Elon that you're stupid. I just, I don't know.
I just sort of want to.
I just don't think I like him very much. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I don't like him, You ever think about that with like other stuff where you're like, I probably don't like this person, but I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Just because I don't know. I've been lied to by so many people that I'm like, I don't really know what's true anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I'm just like 90% sure I don't like him.
Yeah, you're like, I've heard good things, and everyone I know who I likes them. So that's like a lot of points for. But then when I talk to them, I hate it.
Yeah. I think that's why I haven't found any success in podcasting is because I've been like, you need to be like fully on one side or the other.
Yeah.
But if you're somewhere in Joe Rogan's pretty much in the middle. Well, no, he's not in the middle. He's more right. But it is funny to have Donald Trump on your podcast and be like, no, I'm just, I go wherever I go. It's like, no, you don't. You
had Trump on. I mean, Trump is welcome on this pod anytime, right?
Yeah, I would also have anyone on this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't really care, but
I think the idea that the left is pushing right now, that's like we can't talk to people we disagree with, is insane.
Yeah.
And it's why they're losing. I'm like, they're like, you can't have Trump on your podcast. And I'm like, but what? He's a guy also.
Yeah.
And if you want him to do different things, you got to talk. You can't just be like telling other people like Trump's doing something bad, and then when he walks in, go,
yeah,
give him the silent treatment.
The only valid criticism I think I've heard about like having Trump on the pod is when you just ask him like, so how's your golf game?
Yeah,
that's the only real valid like. If you're gonna have him there, talk to him about stuff.
Yeah. I don't.
But
care.
if you're not, if you're just like fucking, just like if you're really getting into it, that's because if you're really a good person, then you'll go on a podcast and like that's why I was like Kamala was gonna do or was like about to do Joe Rogan, but then she was like, "You can come here." Kamala?
Who?
Harris?
Who's that?
What's happening?
A bit where I forgot her already.
Yeah, like
because the whole nation did.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, if you lose, you get forgotten about.
Oh, the second woman who ran against Trump. That's it.
Oh God.
Also, like, I
he
just
is 2 for 2.
I don't like. I like characters. Like, I didn't like her because she was she's just like boring character as like a person. But like, I like RFK as like a character.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a political guy. I just like that he's he's like a recovered addict.
Yeah.
And he also he strikes me as such an addict because he tells stories that are not right.
Yeah.
Like you are 100% sure he's lying, but that's how addicts talk. Like when I was doing drugs, we would just all tell stories to each other, and no one kind of called the other person on wait, but that couldn't have happened because that would have taken too much time. and then you were at the party later that night. There's no way you could have done all that.
Then someone
In
gives
the-
you
a lot of-
drugs, and you're like, oh, yeah. Like, and then everyone just kind of does drugs.
And no one questions
You just forget
it.
about whatever it was because in
Exactly.
the back of your head, you're like, I wonder when drugs are going to be here.
Dude, that's every
Yeah.
RFK story is like an addict story that I
Yeah.
heard. He's like, I went to Central Park and I had a bear. We shot a bear cub and I didn't have time to change, so I buried it in the park. And
Did you have a shovel on you?
it was in the back of my car.
I thought you said you walked there.
I got an Uber and he happened to have a shovel.
RFK, your Xanax is waiting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
I just love that, like,
Yeah.
dude, his stories remind me so much of, like, when I'm on a couch high with my friends in high school and they're being like, dude, like, I went to that party. I got head from 2 girls at that party. And I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure he's never had his dick sucked in his whole life.
Oh.
But then he would, like, he'd, like, pour me another shot and I'm already on Oxy and I take it and I'm like, I kind of forget that he said that.
Yeah.
And it's, like, fine.
And even if you know he's lying, you just don't care because you're like, whatever. As long as I keep hanging out with him, I'll get my drugs.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the best part of it with addicts is I'm like, the best part to me was I could also tell stories that were fully insane and not true at all.
Yeah.
And they would believe them. Also because I had drugs to sell them.
As long as a drug dealer hasn't given you drugs yet, whatever he's saying is the most interesting thing in the world.
Dude, it's so
As long as it's before the transaction or
Dude.
you want to keep him around. Like,
I never killed harder than when I was in possession of oxys from a script that I had and one of my friends came over to buy them. I mean,
you were
leveling.
You were like, God, dude, I'm really killing it.
Dude, I'm killing.
Yeah. And then right when he leaves, you're like, so you want to hang out? And he's like, no, I'm actually busy. And you're like, okay. I have oxys. Oh, yeah, I'm free. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Dude.
Yeah, when people have, I guess it's just kind of like if someone's addicted to something and you have what they want, they'll be nice to you.
Yeah, well, they'll even suck your dick. I mean,
Yeah,
they'll do
yeah.
whatever, dude.
They'll literally do whatever.
Oh, totally.
I mean,
They'll.
Especially, you know, I just always thought it was funny because RFK was a Democrat.
Yeah.
He was running as a Democrat. Now he serves under Trump.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, why?
Yeah.
It's almost like there's no real beliefs. It's just about getting in. And I wonder if that's true for everyone. Probably.
Yeah, definitely. For politics, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's so hard to imagine someone getting, I guess, president. Like, I actually feel there's some local politicians I met where I'm like, oh, he wants to make a change and he never will. But it's interesting when you meet them because you're like, oh, he actually is a well-meaning guy.
Yeah.
But then to get to the level of like president, you have to be a total sociopath scumbag, just deal making and
Yeah.
just promising rich people whatever they want. When you're like, when I get in, you are gonna see some shit it's gonna be the coolest.
Yeah.
America's gonna be so good for you guys.
And then you get into office and you're like looking around and you're like, where are you from? They're like, Israel. And you're like, what about you? I'm also from Israel. And you're like, wait,
huh?
but I thought isn't this the American? And they're like, no, yeah, this is the American government, but we're all from Israel and that's where all of our money's we're just gonna make all the money go there.
Wait, are you Democrats or Republicans? We're none of them. We're Israeli.
We're Israeli.
We're from
Did you not hear
the
what
country
I said?
of Israel.
No, yeah, that doesn't. Political
Huh?
parties are a lie.
What?
It's all for Israel. I thought you knew that.
Well, basically what we did is we were like, how can we continue to get funded by America? And we decided the best way to do it was to fund all of the politicians, right or left.
So then whoever gets in can pass laws.
We work for them.
and send over money
To Israel,
to
that is.
us. Yeah, not you. Not the people that vote. Yeah.
It is such a funny idea that no matter who we vote for, we're basically just voting to get Israel more money.
Of course.
Israel's in such a
Yeah.
good situation. It's a
Yeah.
very funny situation to be in where I'm like, do I give Israel money on the blue button or the red button?
Yeah. Well, it's like now it's really noticeable. Like people have always called out how Israel does take a lot of our taxpayer money, but now it's been way more noticeable because they're also, it's like documented that they're killing innocent people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we give them this much money. But before, when you're like, oh, growing up, I remember I didn't really learn much about it. The only thing I learned was like, yeah, Israel is they can't do no wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not Jewish, but I was always like, oh, okay, And then I got older, and I'm like, oh, they're just killing everyone.
Yeah, why? Yeah, we say that. Well, we almost say it in the same way that we say America can't do any wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm like, we also make mistakes.
Of course.
But I guess that's kind of a left-wing thing to say in general. Right-wing people don't like when you say that. But I think it's good to admit when you made mistakes. For instance, I think right-wing people would agree with me that slavery was a mistake.
Yeah.
And we got better. We improved. But it's important to even now recognize,
I think that
wasn't a win.
Yeah. The best thing you can do for society is buy more than you earn.
Yeah.
So that way it gets out into the market more.
Right.
And if everyone bought more than they earned, then the world would be a better place. And, you wouldn't need to have enslaved people in cobalt mines. You could just, have one guy go in 9 to 5, get it. But if everyone... Well, that doesn't really make sense. No, they got to have a lot of cobalt for iPhones.
Well, we can't all work in cobalt mines. But what makes sense is the fact that what runs a country is the idea that we extend ourselves more credit than we earn. So I'm always spending more money than I have. And that way the economy's strong. And let's ignore the idea that at some point we have to pay it back because the economy's strong right now.
Yeah, yeah. And then when people say, hey, you're from America, you're a piece of shit, you go, no, look, I have no money.
Right, exactly.
And I'm actually pro you. And then they're like, are you really pro me? Will you help me out? And you're like, no,
never.
I can't.
Nope.
I can't because I really don't want to do anything. I'm sorry. If you got a GoFundMe, I'll do a GoFundMe, $10. But I can't do much more than that.
I can't do much more than that. Well, why? Aren't you already spending more than you have?
Exactly. That's exactly why.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I spend it so fast before someone asks me to donate to their GoFundMe, so I can be like, look, I would.
Yeah.
But I got this shirt.
I spent a lot on these shoes a month ago.
So fast.
So that's where my money right now is going to, is me a month ago.
Yeah. I burned through my money so fast, so if anyone asks me to donate to their GoFundMe, I can say I can't, I have no money.
Credit is so funny. It's literally borrowing money from me in a month.
Yeah.
For me now. And it's impossible to not, as a human, you can't not make that call every time.
Every single time.
With a credit card, I'm like, so do I want the thing I want now? Or do I want in a month to have $20 more? I'll take the thing I want right now.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking. I mean, dude, what? That money's not even real.
It's not you.
Dude,
it's a different guy. I mean, that's literally not you.
But is it true?
Because you're here right now. You're not them.
Is it true? I'm not him. I will be.
I will be.
Yeah.
I will be.
And he's not even me quite yet. But one day we'll sync up and I'll be fucked. But for now,
it'll sting.
It's a watch. And for now, look, I got it. We're not the same guy yet, so I got it. I'm not that guy yet. So I bought a $5,000 watch because I'm not that guy yet.
I bought a $5,000 watch, by the way, that he will get to use.
Yeah,
when his time comes.
Him too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's to share with him.
Hold on. So I got 2 watches for the price of one. One for me and one for him. And all of a sudden it's a bad deal?
That's interesting because when he's around, I won't be able to enjoy the watch because I'm now.
Oh, yeah. I want him to have the $5,000 that I can't have any benefit of.
But in debt, him, which is me, will be able to have it. But I won't even exist because I'm not in debt me. So I'll literally be dead, and I can't get a watch. I want to get this before I die. And when I die, I mean when I become someone who's in debt and has to pay for it. I'm sorry I can't enjoy my life before I die, metaphorically, which is when I have to pay for it.
Okay, so the deal is I get to spend no money and I don't get a watch, or I get to spend someone else's money and I do have a watch.
And then they will get my money throughout the course of my entire life.
Let me think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with getting the watch.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was like pick between stupid and smart. I didn't realize those were my choices. Interesting. Yeah, that's a tough choice.
When you really think about it, being in immense amount of credit card debt is the only smart choice for yourself right now.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with credit is you don't have to pay it right now. So
at all. Yeah. And even if you don't pay it ever.
Yeah.
You might not be able to get an apartment.
Oh no, a number went down that's made up.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh shit. That sucks.
I mean, if you don't pay for a car, they take the car away. If you don't pay for a credit card, do they just take the credit card away?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what are you going to take away from me?
Oh no, the thing I already didn't have when I got it?
Oh no, I can't use it more? Okay.
Right.
I have real money. Yeah.
You know, sometimes I think they send because I don't think they're allowed to credit card. I don't think they can take your money, but they can send a collection agency after you to get it.
Right.
Which is, I'm like, yeah, send them. Great.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm not going to pay them also.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, shit. Okay. Please. Please.
I also love how earlier in this conversation we were like, rich people have no idea. Like, they're just gay. They get lucky. And now we're talking about how credit card debt is smart.
Yeah. We're like, dude. Yeah, I know. They're like, well, obviously that's false. And you're like, yeah, but dude, I got nothing. I'm going to use the free money. I got nothing. I'm going to use. Why would I not use the free money?
Yeah.
And ever think about paying it back? I'll only, like I said, it's not me. It's my future self. I'm going to die, but my future self will get to live. I know I might be setting them up bad, but I won't be here to experience
When
that.
people are like, put money into a retirement account, I go, I'm not going to retire. I work. Someone else will retire in 40 years.
Yeah, that person will retire. I'm not that person.
But me, I work now.
I'm the guy who drinks after work and I go out to the movies with my friends. I'm not retired guy.
I also think about, I'm like, okay, so put money into a retirement account. Dude, if I die before I retire and see that money, I'm going to fucking lose it in the afterlife on all of you bitches. Why the fuck did you? That was $14,000. Dude, I could have spent a whole summer in Europe with that money, and now I'm dead, and my fucking nephew gets it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, but still.
Yeah, I would love to give my kids credit card debt. Because doesn't it just go to them?
Yeah. It goes right to them.
Yeah. I mean, I'll totally do that. Like, oh, yeah.
If you think on a long enough timeline, it's not even your credit card debt.
Yeah.
It's my grandson's credit card debt.
And as long as they don't know that it's coming, they'll love me forever until I die, and then it won't matter if they love me because I'm dead.
Well, I'm already gone. Who cares?
Yeah.
It'll be awkward in the afterlife.
I'll be like, sweet, I got them to think that we were totally cool and they didn't have credit card debt coming up.
Yeah.
And now I'm dead, and, I don't have to see, I don't need to see them react to it. It's kind of the perfect plan.
It almost is like the perfect heist.
Yeah. Like if I was jumping in front, like if someone was shooting at someone and I jumped in front of a bullet, and it kills me.
Yeah.
If they kill them after, I won't care because I died. But if like I'll defend while I'm alive.
Yeah.
But then the second I'm dead, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you can kill them now. Like I'm dead.
Yeah. Because I won't be sad because I'm dead already.
Yeah, because I'm dead.
Yeah.
Now. So I don't really understand, because it's like if I'm having that feeling in the first place, then that means that there is an afterlife, and it's like, okay, then you can kill them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's how it'll be.
Imagine there's an afterlife and you just see them die too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. That hurts.
Oh
shit.
Fuck. Damn it. You're with every version of yourself.
With every version.
Why did you give me so much debt, man? Oh.
Dude, have you heard that saying, speaking of you're with every version of yourself, how they say the saddest thing is when the saddest thing that could happen is if you meet the version of you could have been, like if you didn't like drink or like engage in like destructive behavior. Have you heard that saying? It's like that's the saddest thing possible is if you were to meet at the end of your life, like the person you could have been if you hadn't engaged in those behaviors.
Oh.
I think what I would do is I'd go, hey man, you're a loser.
Yeah. No, I think what
I had fun and partied and I got drunk with my best friend and you're sad and lame.
I think what I would do is go, well, that's not me. That's not me at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm myself.
Yeah,
I am what I did.
He's ripped and handsome and
I already see people like that I'm envious of.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that
just because he has my face and is jacked.
He wouldn't even look like me.
Yeah.
In fact, he probably looks less like me than some people alive now.
Yeah. If he was the ideal version, he'd be black. I don't understand what this is even. Yeah, dude. I can't look at that guy and see a mere reflection of that.
Yeah, exactly. What I could have been, but I wasn't already.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't scare me. I wouldn't be like, oh no, everything I missed out on.
Yeah.
It's like even if I was seeing him, then that would mean that there's some sort of magic and maybe I would go somewhere after.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So what do I care about this life for? Fuck you, ripped John. Ripped Black John.
Ripped Black John.
Ripped Jewish Black John.
Daddy the Jewish. Ripped Israeli Jewish Black John.
Ripped Jewish.
Mossad agent.
Yeah, yeah. Ripped Jewish Black John, who also can dunk. Fuck you. I don't care. God, you're fucking so hot.
I just genuinely don't think like in a political way. Like I don't think about stuff like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I said that, but I just don't think like that.
No, yeah, you know what I treat my future self like?
Yeah.
Like I treat my future self like Severance. How I'm like, well, that's not even me.
Totally. I couldn't agree more.
And then, like, you know, because I'm not even thinking about it like a person.
Mm-hmm.
Which you got rich people, they think about it like a person because they've been instilled that is a person, their future self.
Yeah. Do they? Is that really?
Well, I think they've been instilled with,
or
they've just been like it's just repetition of saving money, like that, just the practice of it.
Well,
They're not thinking about future self.
Again, I think my argument goes back to just if you have more money, you don't have to choose.
Right.
There's no choice to them between what they want right now and saving money. There's literally no decision. They get exactly what they want right now, and they also put money away to save because they have so much of it. Like Elon Musk doesn't have to be like, well, do I want to max out my IRA or do I want to go on this girls trip to Italy?
Yeah. He doesn't need to pick.
Yeah.
He picks the most fun.
Yeah, he does the most fun one, and then he also has money later too.
Right.
But there's no choice for them. It's only for us.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. It's just
we just gotta make some money.
Yeah, we should make. How would you? What's an idea you've had for making money?
I always had an idea for a dating app, which is instead of swiping on people, you swipe on things you like. So it'll be like a picture of a tree. It'll be like, I like trees. A picture of a vacuum cleaner, or I don't like vacuums. A picture of a dog. I love dogs. And then you swipe on people that are similar in yours.
Oh, who swiped on the same things?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What? That's cool.
But I feel like a lot of people it would have to be more specific things.
Yeah, I mean, certainly swiping on a tree wouldn't tell you too much about someone, but I get what you mean.
Horny swiping on a tree and then immediately going to the people that like trees. I like water. Who else fucking likes water?
Exactly.
It's urgent.
Food.
Yeah. I always thought that would be a fun app.
What, swiping on stuff?
Yeah, swiping on stuff and then swiping on people.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would. Yeah, swiping is just fun. I like that.
Yeah, and it's just a little different from everything else, but it's like the same at the end of the day.
You know what I want? You know what I actually want to invent? This isn't even a joke. It's a dating app, but you like swipe on people and like they're, it's the exact same as any dating app, but you never have to message them or meet them. It's purely for validation.
Interesting.
Because sometimes you match with someone that's hot and you're like, oh, cool. But then you don't have to talk to them or meet them ever. It's just to feel good about you.
Like an app that lies. It just says like
yeah.
It could literally just be like you matched, you matched. And then you can message them and they like AI responds.
No messaging, no response. It's just they're sexually attracted to you and you go, that makes me feel good about me.
And you just keep going.
And you just go. It's not like an app you use every day. It's like an app that like whenever you feel bad about yourself, you go on the app and you swipe on people. And, we can make it realistic. So, like, not every woman who's hot swipes back, but like every third woman who's hot swipes back. And you're like, I do have value. I think that's better than watching Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I think that'd be better for guys' self-esteem than,
And it can be a package deal with a mirror that just has a picture of a hot guy in it when you look in it.
Your profile is like a ripped six-pack wielding like Chad.
Yeah, and then it comes with like a bundle of just I can't think of what else. Street compliments. People's eyeballs like they're looking at you while you're walking down the street.
Yes, yeah.
Glasses that make it look like everyone's checking you out as you're walking.
Yeah, exactly. And then for a lot of extra money, you can like pay for one of the women in the app to have sex with you.
So they are real people. Wait, are they like slaves?
Huh?
Wait, I thought I knew the concept.
I can't hear you. Not anymore. No, but I that's a good idea now that I think about it.
Let's sit on it.
Yeah.
Not
let's make it.
Yeah.
Let's sit on that and circle
let's
back
put that
in a
the
while.
Folder. Yeah. I like that idea. Let's put that in the folder of
right, because don't you sometimes just want like a pick me up? That's me at least. Like a lot of the time when I'm hitting on someone or flirting with someone or swiping on a dating app, I only want to know they want to have sex with me. I don't want to have sex with them.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so much work. I'd much rather jerk off. Like much rather. It's not even close. So I just want to know that they would do it. And then I'm like, yeah, it's all good.
Interesting.
If they would do it,
I'm sure there's guys out there like you.
Yeah, maybe you match with other guys and you go on dates with those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you fuck those guys. Oh, wait, that's a gay dating app.
Oh, wait.
Shoot.
No, I don't think that's gay. Maybe. But anyway, man, we're at an hour 8.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun,
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it. I hope to see you again, maybe like in our apartment somewhere.
I hope to run into you maybe on our way to the bathroom where we only have one of it and one of us has to wait.
I'd love to have you on the next one if you're not busy. But I'll make sure I say that in person so I know you're not busy.
Hey, want to do the pod? Me on the couch. Taking a knife out and stabbing my leg. I got stabbed.
You're like, no, I'm busy. I just do the pod right next to you as you're like watching TV.
Playing video games. Playing God of War.
Like, sure you don't want to do it?
And you're going off on Israel?
Yeah. I'm like, I hate living with people. Once I get enough money, I'm getting the fuck away from all my fucking roommates.
Yeah, what would you do with money? Because now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if I had so much money, I'd like still want to like live with a friend. Is that sad?
No, I don't think that's sad at all. I really enjoy living with you. I enjoyed living with Ruby too when she was there.
You know what I wish you could do is get like an apartment that's like one of those hotel rooms that connects with like the door in between, Did you ever do that?
Oh, like an adjacent room?
Yeah, like 2 adjacent rooms, and I wish you could do that with like apartments. So like if you wanted me to come over, you can unlock the door and like open it. but if
Right.
you don't, you can like keep it closed and locked.
Yeah,
And
that's-
also we have more than one bathroom for 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of just like having a downstairs neighbor. Or a neighbor on the same floor as you.
Yeah, true. I guess I just kind of.
So we just need to get apartments right next to each other is what you're saying.
Yeah, and
That would be fun if
Yeah.
all of like our homies rented out an entire complex.
be awesome.
That'd be
Be
sick.
so cool.
But that's probably tough because the only way to do that is to get like we wouldn't be able to buy someone out of their place. We'd have to wait. We'd have to like set up
Yeah.
shit that maybe smells bad, so people are like, I can't stay here anymore.
Engineer some kind of disaster in the building.
Yeah, like Parasite, how they get everyone working in the family. It would have to be like that.
yeah.
We just kill everyone in the building. Wow, we did not plan that out.
Oh man. Well, at least we get to live together.
Yeah.
Now that everyone's
In
dead.
prison. Yeah. At least we get to. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing.
In prison with a Weinstein.
You ready, fat boy? Oh, jeez. But my walker. Oh, you have a walker. I don't want to.
Oh well, then I won't.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's the moral of this podcast is if you have done anything horrible in your past to people or unknowingly to people,
Yeah.
just, get a walker. Yeah.
All is forgiven. Well, I don't want to say that. Probably.
No, it's fully true. All has to be forgiven because you're hunched a little.
You're weak slightly.
Yeah, you're weaker slightly. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode. This is Jamie Wolf, and that was John. I mean, I don't know if Jamie will be on again. I'll have to see, because he might not be able to do it from his room.
I might be busy.
Yeah.